Heading west on the fabled Route 66, which used to call itself America's Main Street. As we near the edge of Gallup, New Mexico, something really surprising rises into view. It's a mosque. If you'll drive on another couple of miles to where Route 66 actually does become Gallup's main street, you'll see the businesses of the people who regularly fill that mosque. Several dozen Palestinians who have moved here over the last 30 years in order to trade in the heart of Indian country. Gallup, New Mexico sits right off the southeastern corner of the Navajo Nation's huge reservation, itself bigger than 10 American states at roughly 70,000 square kilometers, and home to 250,000 American Indians. This reservation was given to the Navajos late in the 19th century after several forced relocations had substantially reduced the largest tribe of Native Americans in this region. Gallup also sits right on one of the oldest and biggest transcontinental rail lines, and that, in a nutshell, is its history. Gallup was, and to a large degree still is, where the arts and crafts of the Navajo people and several other neighboring Native American tribes first reached the markets of the wider world. Over the past 30 years, much of the trade in Indian arts and crafts in Gallup has been taken over by a close-knit group of traders, most of them from one West Bank village between Ramallah and Jericho in the occupied Palestinian territories.
Mostly we all related to each other here. About 30% or 25% from the Palestinian community here live in Gallup from my hometown. Cousins, brother-in-law, or brother. So we get along very good.
And their businesses are doing pretty well, too.
It's about 10 to 12 stores, plus 2-3 manufacturers here, and they're doing very good.
You look to each piece of jewelry here. Every piece of jewelry here is done by different artists.
That's a lot of growth since the day back in 1973 when Nashat Khalaf and his brothers pioneered the Palestinians to Gallup pipeline, first to sell Italian tapestry to the Indians.
How many pieces do you have? $300.
And then to buy art from them. Soon, though, they began buying Native American art in direct competition to the established white traders.
She made these 15 rings in 1 week. I've been dealing with this family since 1973. We go at 7 o'clock in the morning. These traders, they come at 10 o'clock. When the first trader come, we see him. Tell him what we bought that morning, that first 2 hours. And it was very simple. It was not difficult. These natives, they were very friendly with us. And they loved us. And we loved them too, because we did good business with them.
Nash and his brothers were doing so well.
For we needed manpower.
So you called home.
We called everybody. It was a bonanza. It was a gold rush. And they all came here. And now we have a good city full of Palestinians.
And some resentment.
Absolutely. Yes, it was. It's quite a bit of jealousy.
To Salih Awad, this is just a minor annoyance, what you get for winning the competition, the way that immigrants in America have for generations.
We work 7 days a week, 12 to 13 hours a day. And it's not just one of us, it's the whole family. For example, me and my family, me and my boys, we work 7 days a week.
There is also resentment from competitors more attuned to 40-hour work weeks and time off for a vacation, and from citizens who are suspicious of the seclusion of Palestinian women and what's perceived as a standoffishness on the part of the Arab community. But all of this hasn't prevented most of the Palestinians from feeling like successes in business and society. Let's divert for a moment from our story of arts and crafts, communities and competition for something sweeter, a love story. Mustafa and Annabelle are very minor players in the world of Native American arts and crafts, but they're major players in the world of Gallup's community relations. He's Palestinian, she's Navajo, and they are husband and wife.
The first time I came to Gallup was in 1987. There was a very small community and they were all related until I came. And then after that, many Arabs from different countries actually they're here. My business here actually, it's retail of semi-precious stones. Native American artists, they come to my shop and they buy coral, turquoise, other semi-precious stones. 28. Okay. Dealing with the Native American to me was a pleasure because when I came to America first, I came to Illinois, Chicago, and I've seen too much of tough relation between the Arabs and non-Arabs. And when I came to this area, I find that Native Americans are very easy to deal with, very polite, and they are very peaceful.
Tell me the romantic story. How did you meet your wife?
It's not a romantic story. It was a business relation. Met her and then I asked her for marriage and she said okay, and then we got married. I have 2 children of my own and I have my stepdaughter, and we're have very happy family together. You know, we're living an awesome life.
At the mosque, among the Palestinian community, Mustafa's good fortune has not gone unnoticed.
You heard the speech at the mosque.
Islam started with one man. His wife believed in his message.
All what he speak about how to be a better person, how to be a family oriented. And he is a happy man and he have beautiful children, beautiful family.
As you might expect, Mustafa and Annabelle live moving between 2 traditions. Most Palestinian wives stay at home. Annabelle doesn't. She says she learned to love selling Indian arts and crafts from Mustafa.
Which one goes in the middle?
The table goes on this side.
But now she confesses he and her daughters want her to stop.
They just want me to stay home, but I have nothing to do when I stay home.
These are 10. Everything's handmade, everything's from natural stones.
So about 25, 30 bucks on them.
I like doing this. Every Saturday, I go to the Gallup Flea Market, and I go to the shows in Albuquerque.
Annabelle Wilson works hard to give her 3 daughters a sense of their Navajo heritage.
I speak to my girls in Navajo, so they know some words. I want them to know the Navajo language. The little one, she knows some Arabic, but when I talk to her in Navajo, she says, I don't know what you're saying, Mom. But the older ones, they know, they answer me.
Handmade jewelry right here, folks.
At the Gallup Flea Market, Annabelle walks the stalls, checking on prices, getting a feel for the day.
It's going to be busy today. I made some bolos. That was an order. It's for a graduation gift.
Meanwhile, Mustafa worries about what his girls are learning in Gallup's public schools.
They talk to the kids about sex, for example, or safe sex. I try to teach my kids that this subject is something that they did not have to learn right now.
And then there's the school cafeteria.
They try to feed the kids food that's against the Islamic religion. I teach my kids that not to eat anything unless if it was allowed in our religion. Or if somebody says something racist to you, don't fight with them or don't say something to them. Just come to me and talk to me. I'll talk to the teacher.
Does that happen often?
No, never happened. The racism never happened in school.
It's kind of frightening sometimes, actually.
Amber Tom, Annabelle's 19-year-old daughter, Mustafa's stepdaughter, says low-level racism does occasionally happen at school.
They're not racist because, I'm Native American, but they are racist because I follow the religion of Islam, not the Navajo tradition. It's not me, that one. Although I am Native American, but I follow the religion of Islam. So I follow it every day. It's my life, it's who I am, it's what I believe in. I didn't start wearing the hijab, the scarf, not until just a year ago. It changed the way people act. They treat me like I was a whole new person, like somebody completely different, like I never grew up here or anything. Just very different, they didn't know who I was anymore.
When you wear the hijab, when you go on the reservation, when you go to your mom's family, is there even a higher level of What's that, and curiosity?
No. I was so surprised. You know, when I first wore the hijab, I thought I would, I thought I'd expect more reaction from them, but I was surprised because they had no reaction to the hijab. It's just like, same old Amber, no change. And I really liked it. They respect you for who you are, regardless of your religion, what do you believe in.
Just what Navajo medicine man Larry Anderson felt about some Palestinians he met once in a refugee camp in Lebanon.
My first thought was to ask the question of these individuals, are you Indians of this land that they occupied there? And the answer that they gave back to me was yes. They said, yeah, we are Indians of this country here.
Palestinians and Navajos still learning about living, loving, and working together.